In this video, I'm just going to quickly show you the Photoshop tonal corrections I'm expecting you to do on the individual images downloaded from the Library of Congress. As you see here, I have downloaded my pictures and organized them into folders based on content. Um, and over here you'll see I've actually have new images. These are the ones that I've already photoshopped. So what I've done is I've saved them as in a folder labeled edit. Let's just go back now and I'll show you my workflow. I have a picture open here that's been downloaded from the Library of Congress, my history open, and the first thing I do is I do a file save as or Shift Command S. The reason I do that is because I'm not working in layers. I'm simply doing a file save as and then working on this new saved image. So what I do is I go to my folder where I'm working, my stills, and what I'll do now is create a new folder labeled edit, and this will be where the photos are saved as I edit them. So it's the first thing I actually do, file save as in this new edit folder, and I save it full size. I'm going to do all my sizing later, and there's my history. So the first thing I want to do is set my levels. So Command L brings up levels. I'll try the auto function just to see what it does. There's presets that I can go through, and if I like those, I might just try one. See, that one's a little too contrasty. Obviously that one doesn't have enough contrast. Once I get a preset and I'm kind of happy with what it looks like, I can go in and always fine-tune that particular image. So now I've got one where I've got some good contrast, starting to get the shadow or lose some of the shadow detail, so I'm going to bring that up to there. So that's my levels adjustment. But now what you see is I have a few things. I have a weird imperfection here. Looks like someone laid a shot glass or something on the actual negative. Got like a couple dust specks, which I could decide to remove if I wanted to, but more importantly, I've got some pretty bright spots even after my levels are set. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to go in and I'm going to use my burn tool to burn down some of these bright areas. So I'll just select my burn tool here. I have it set to highlights with an exposure of just 5%, and I'm just going to start making some passes on here to burn in the areas that I want to bring down a little bit. And then maybe I'll adjust my brush size and just to the sky. Again, you could be doing this in layers, but I like to use a light exposure of 5% so that I can do a number of passes in the individual areas that are going to need some touching up. Maybe do one more sky pass or big pass over. And of course you can go in now and you can see through the history tool the changes that you've made. So if you do one burn that you really don't like, you can always go ahead and take that out. So let me just do a to a few spots that I want to. Okay. All right, so let's just check this out. I started here, and now I have something that looks like this. So I've got a little more density, a little more contrast, and I've kind of tried to burn in some detail in a few areas like the sky up here. Now, you know, this is an archival photo, so these dust spots, maybe they belong there, but if you, for your own personal project, really want to get rid of them, you can use your clone tool. Just go in, of course, and select an area that has a very similar spot, and you option click on the spot where you want to take the pixels from, and then you click over the dust spot to remove. So again, I'm going to come over here and option click the pixels I'm going to sample, and then move over, and I'm not going to do every little dust spot or imperfection here. I'm just going to clean up a few that I think, you know, maybe are outstanding. And dunk. There you go. Now this one, I guess you could also sort of try to clean up. You're going to get into some issues here for sure. But let me just see one easy way to correct this. Obviously, there's ethical questions about, whoopsie. Obviously, there's ethical questions about cloning when it comes to these archival pictures. So maybe you want to consider not doing this kind of work. Okay, so let's just have a look. So here is my picture. Can we go up to, this is where I started, and now all the way down here is sort of my finished product, and it's a little cleaned up. And that's it. Now you just make sure that it's saved. Command S saves it. Remember, I saved as at the very beginning. So now all I need to do is close this up and move on to the next picture.